Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have ourselves yet another OP09 match here at DXN Provisions in LA. And this is myself on the left playing Uta, as well as just another Doffy player on the right. And we're gonna see a very, very good turn here, like an insanely good start here coming from Doffy. We see the Jinbei, obviously we saw the Teach, and then playing out the Boa to rearrange the top three and making sure that it's an AK swing. Actually kind of insane. I think Doffy is a kind of deck that when high rolling, the deck just like is insanely good, on top of the fact that it's like super consistent. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this AK swing going into life, and he's gonna go ahead and just pass the turn. Now I am sitting at 4 active Dawn, and I have quite a few options, as well as for the fact that I always have to play around putting, of course, like every single person does. And it looks like I had a couple options, one of them being the 4-cost Brook into a 3-cost character, but instead I'm gonna go ahead and play out the Uta to then attach a Dawn using the character 4-cost Uta ability, and then we're going to swing 6k going into Jinbei using the effect. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2k counter into my hand, and I absolutely love this 4-cost blocker, being able to kind of just recycle your characters recycle the cards in your hand, thanks to that leader effect is so good. So this is 6k going into 5. We could have blocked and given us a 1k counter, but instead not doing so. I mean, we only have 3 cards in hand, so possibly not wanting to give it up, and we're going to go ahead and tap, I believe, 4 Dawn there for the Gecko Mora to grab back the Jinbei using the effect of Teach, put it back to our very top, swing 7k into life, play out the Jinbei, and then play out the Law. Law is going to activate here, and we're going to be able to bounce this Jinbei to bounce my 4-cost Uta. And yeah, 4-cost Law is a very balanced card. The 7k swing going into life does connect, dropping down to 3 life already. And look at the hand size, brother. Actually quite insane. Now we can swing 6k with that Boa, which I think probably the correct thing to do is not swing. Just so I guess it's like a correct thing to do not to swing if you have pudding. But if I do, then just another reason to give him a 2k counter out of a hand, right? So we're going to pass the turn, and now I am sitting at 6 active Dawn. I believe that is 6, yes, 6 active Dawn, since I did go second. I lost a die roll, so another Doffy player just deciding that he wanted to go first, and now I have quite a few options, and I kind of take my time with this. I just really have to make sure I can survive for the late game, which is where I thrive as the green Uta player, just because of literally generating free cards. So we're gonna go ahead and play out the 4-cost Uta once again. No leader effect for like the on play, because there is no on play, but I am gonna go ahead and use its main effect. We're gonna pitch the Luffy, attach a rested Dawn to Uta, and then attach 2 more and swing a big AK into this Boa, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab another 4-cost Uta to my hand. And with that being said, I'm gonna pass the turn. So yeah, I have quite a few different options there, but choosing to kind of go for the board still, kind of starving Doffy of resources is really important, even though we can just, I mean, it's Doffy. There's so many ways to grab resources otherwise. I mean, yeah, like this. I like this right here. So we're going to go ahead and drop the Sengoku. The 1 cost, of course, searching the top 5 for a 7 Warlords, grabbing that 2k counter Croc, which is pretty good, making sure his characters do last, but he only has 4 cards in hand now. And the good thing about this position that he's in is that he can go very, very aggressive. So this is a 5k swing going into life. I'm going to go ahead and give him a 1k counter. He's going to swing another 5. Now this is an easy block with my character Uta ability. I'm sorry, my blocker, I guess I'm using its ability to block, right? But yeah, using the character there to block, I'm doing so just because it's a free block before I have another chance. And if you want to swing very aggressive into it, that's completely fine. Essentially, I make my leader a 6k body, so that's a-okay with me. So he's gonna go ahead and tap 4 for yet another Jinbei to then go ahead and play out the Boa. This is gonna allow us to reorganize our top 3, as well as put a rested Dawn to our leader, and which is quite nice. We can use this effect, so we can swing 7k going into life or into the 4-cost Uta blocker, and not have to put one on the very top because of that Teach ability. Not needing to rely on it is really smart, just because we're losing cards, like a card a turn because of that. So this is a 7k swing going into most likely life, I imagine, to play out the 4-cost Law. We're going to actually remove the 4-cost Law out of our the board. We legitimately have too many cards on our board that we're going to go ahead and once again bounce the 4-cost blocker back to my hand, and I'm going to give him a 2k, 1k to get out of this. Absolutely insane. There's no way I continue to hoard all these cards in my hand and just play right into a pudding. It'd just be nasty work. So I now have 3 life, and we're going to see the 7-cost Luffy coming down. We're going to tap 7 here. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this effect to play out the 4-cost Uta once again. 3rd time in a row I've been playing this card out. And my opponent, just reading what the 7-cost Luffy does, I totally understand. I mean, Uta is a deck that no one really sees. So we're going to go and attach a Rested Dawn to our leader and swing 7k into this Law. We're going to use the effect. We're going to go ahead and grab a Nami for free at the very top. This is a 6k swing that gets a 7k swing that gets blocked by the Boa and then giving us a 2k counter. And honestly, that's totally fine with me. I mean, it is what it is. I wish it would have gone down, but nonetheless, getting a card out of this Doffy player's hand is very good for me. And yeah, I mean, things are looking a little scary for myself. He's just going wider and wider and wider. So we're going to go ahead and see what he can do here. He attaches, I believe that's 2 Dawn to his leader, and he's just kind of doing the math a little bit. How aggressive can I be? And I agree with this. So this is 7k swing going into life. I can block and give him a 2k or a 1k, but I'm actually going to go ahead and take this. This is yet another 7k swing going into life. I could block this once again, giving him a 1k, give him a 2k, 1k, a lot of different possibilities, but I'm going to go ahead and take it. Another 7k swing, and I'm going to go ahead and block and give him a 1k counter in the form of that 3-cost Katakuri. 7k swing with lead. We're going to use the effect here. We're going to play out a Weevil to draw ourselves a card. Pretty good, pretty good. So yeah, 7k swing. I can give him a 2k counter as well as block, which I do end up doing so, give him the chopper, and then using Teach effect, we're going to go ahead and give 1 Rested Dawn to our Teach and swing 5k into life, which I have to give him a 5k counter. I don't have a choice. And guys, this is where the real game begins. We're going to start things off here with a New Genesis. We're going to look at the top 3 cards, grab a film card, and then resend a Dawn. That's essentially what it does, and I'm explaining that to my opponents because once again, no one knows what Uta does, and that's completely fine. This is not Bonnie, this is Uta. So we're going to go ahead and grab the 3-cost blocker Uta, and then I'm showing you what this card does as well, just because I want to make sure that there's no surprises. You know, I'm not trying to trick my opponent to doing anything or trying to deceive them. Literally, as you see it, it's green, it's honest, it is what it is. So with both of these characters standing and 10 active Dawn, you see what's in my hand, and I'm debating to swing 7k into a character, 7k into Boa. We were going to see a 2k counter. Maybe that was a bit greedy of me swinging 7k into 6, but we're going to go ahead and play 8-cost Kid, and we're going to use the character effect. We're going to go ahead and play out the 3-cost Uta blocker, attach 1 Dawn to our Kid. We're going to attach 1 Dawn to our leader, swing 6k. I think this actually has to go into Teach. Teach being able to recycle 2 Dawn is just nuts. Plus leader effect, it's just too good. We get the 1k counter Brook going into our hand, and it does obviously go down, and I think at this position I'm gonna go ahead and possibly pass. I can use Uta effect to restand our blocker just in case for extra measure, which I end up doing, so we're gonna pass the turn. We have 3 cards in hand, ladies and gentlemen, and this Doffy player has I believe 3 as well. I think 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 cards in hand only. 10 active Dawn, but that's a lot of swings, man. So this is an 8k swing into this Croc. I give him a 1k counter. Yet another 8k swing with the Boa, and I'm telling myself I need to survive this wave of attacks. We're gonna go ahead and block with the 3-cost Uta blocker. We're gonna see another 8k swing going into this character, and we have 3 active Dawn, so imagine we're gonna do it again. So yet another 8k swing going into this this Kid, and I don't have any more counter in my hand, so I have to give him the 7-cost. Quite unfortunate, he cleared our whole board without even clearing the Kid, but we just have to do it. That's literally the name of the game. And what's really nice about this is that Uta can actually build its way back. So we're going to tap 3 Dawn here for this Nami. We're going to go ahead and reveal the top 3 using the character effect, grab a film card, and I am eyeing 2 cards in my hand, and one is a lot more obvious, and that's the 3-cost Uta blocker once again. And with 5 active Dawn now, we have quite a few plays. I need to keep 3 open for the blocker. I need to clean up this board. It's just way too good. Too many good cards. So 9k swing going into the Boa. It does go down, and with 5 active Dawn, we will probably see a 7k swing, possibly into this Jinbei or into this Weevil if I'm feeling a little frisky. So this is a 7k swing. I'm imagining if I am smart wizard, yeah, I have to go for the Jinbei. Using leader effect, we're going to go ahead and grab a 2k counter off the very top, dropping the 3-cost Uta, and then just passing the turn. Now, this is quite good here. We're in a position, once again, where we have to force our opponent to either go all in or just have 2 really big attacks. And it looks my opponent's going to go as wide as possible once again, taking a card out of my hand once for every time, which honestly, it's not the worst. It's not the worst plan for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and swing another big 8k swing into 8 here. I only have 2 cards in my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 2k counter. I now have 1 card in my hand. He's gonna tap 2 for a teach. We're gonna set 1 at the very top there. He's gonna go ahead and attach the rest of his. So this is a 9k swing going into this kid. He's gonna play out the Jinbei to play out the Gecko Moria to then grab a card, and he grabs the 4-cost Law, adding it back to his hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and block it with the 3-cost Uta. Now I'm telling myself that blocker is an issue. Start things off here with the new Genesis. Looking at the top 3, what do we find? Yet again, another 3-cost Uta. Pretty good here. Resending the rested Dawn as well. And please tell me I restand. Please tell me I restand that Dawn. Please, no. I forgot to restand the Dawn. That is so bad. All right. Well, if I was a smart wizard, I would have. That is such a bad misplay on my end. 7k swing going into this Law. We're gonna go ahead and look at the top 3. Grab a 2k counter. I am still thinking about that rested Dawn right now. This is a 9k swing going into this Weevil, which does go down. And now we're gonna attach 2 to our leader, swinging 7k into this character there, and then we're gonna grab a chopper out of it and then drop yet again another 3-cost Uta. Now we can swing very large here, play out the blocker, the Law, and then call it a day, bounce the Uta and all that really good stuff. But it really all depends here what the Doffy player wants to do. All right, as we take a second here to figure out what this Doffy player wants to do, he's actually going to go ahead and play out the 4-cost Law to bounce itself, to then bounce my character Uta. And another Doffy player just kind of reading what Nami does. How good is that card? How much do I want it dead, right? So it looks like I think we probably are going to set it to the very top and swing big into this character, I imagine. Yeah, another Doffy player has quite a few options. I think he actually might swing 8k with the Gecko Moria. That is an option as well. And yeah, he's actually swinging really wide here. 8k swing going into this character. I'm going to go and give him a 2k counter. And now he's going to use leader, the teach effect, swing a big 9k, play out the Weevil actually to bounce another card back to his hand. And then I'm going to go just give him a 2k counter. Yeah, pretty good here, honestly, for myself. Surviving that turn was pretty good. And yes, if you've seen, I have another Gecko Moria in my hand. So not the worst for myself, even if he was able to remove that turn. But we're going to attach 1 Dawn to our kid here. We're swinging a big 7k into this Gecko. Look at the top 3, grab another 2k counter, and I can't believe I forgot to restand that Dawn. That is so bad. All right. Don't mind me kicking myself in the foot there as I'm doing the voiceover for this match. But yeah, we're gonna swing a big 8k into this Gecko. We're gonna go ahead and grab yet another 4-cost Uta, which I actually really do like here. So 9k swing does connect into life, dropping the 3-cost Uta for like the 5th and final time, I hope, and then just passing the turn. So another big turn here for another Doffy player. We have to make sure that this character does go down. He's going to go ahead and drop the Jinbei to bounce the Uta and his teach, of course. And with this, he is swinging a very large 10k into this kid here. and this is just a 2k 1k, which I have to give him. So 2k 1k, I have no more counter in my hand. If you would have not played that character and left the teach on board, he definitely would have gotten it. So quite unfortunate for him, but we're gonna keep chugging along here. This is a 5k swing, possibly into life, using the character effect. We have 3, grabbing the new Genesis. Come on, I believe in you, bud. I believe in you. Look at the top 3. What do we find? We find a 2k counter, as well as a Nami, grabbing the 3-cost blocker instead. And do we restand the Dawn? Yes, we do. Thank you so much. We got there, ladies and gentlemen. We got there. And now with 9 active Dawn, what's the play? What is the play? I have quite a few options. I have double 4 cost, 3 cost, Uta, as well as Shanks. So this is a big 6k swing going into life. We're going to reveal the 7 cost Luffy, and 7 cost Luffy is very good. So we now start to pivot into the 7 cost Luffy. We're going to swing a big 9k with our character Kid, which does connect. Finally, getting my opponent down to 2 life. We play out the 7 cost, Luffy, and then drop the Uta. The double drop is pretty good here. Now, based on the way my opponent has been playing, we've been swinging very wide, very low, and the reason why is he wants a card out of our hand every single turn. But if you guys haven't yet realized, we draw 2 cards a turn. That's what we draw. I'm sorry, we draw 3 cards a turn as Uta at this current position, thanks to that Nami, thanks to that leader. So every single turn we're getting a +3. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And if you play it this way, no matter what, Uta will out-resource you. Doesn't matter what deck you have. They literally will out-resource you. So we're going to go ahead and see exactly what this Doffy player can do. He's got a good amount of cards now, since he did take quite a few life. So 6 cards in hand, he now has options. Something he hasn't had for the previous 6 turns of this game. And so we're going to start things off here with the Sengoku. Honestly, quite interesting that he did play that card. Just because at this point, what's the game plan, right? I guess he's going to go more defensive, mix aggression. But when you have an 8-cost kid staring across the board, it's tough here. So we're going to see the Jozu bouncing the 4-cost character. Now, this play was quite interesting here because you still leave my 7-cost character on the board, and I think he just wants to set up an extra big body. So we see 2-cost Teach, where you're going to use the effect here, attach 2 Dawn to our leader, play out the Jinbei to get rid of the the Teach, to play out the Boa effect. We're going to look at the top 3, rearrange, and then add a Dawn to our leader. This is a big 8k going into this character. I'm going to give him a 1k counter and call it a day. Now it is back to my turn. We have the majority of our characters on the board for the first time ever. Something actually survived. Alright, so with 10 active Dawn now, I have quite a few plays. I mean, I could also go for game here, but I just don't think I really need to. And if I swing 5k with this Nami now, and then I kind of like bait my opponent that I'm invincible, which I don't. So I'm taking my time to making sure what I do. So we're going to swing 5k into life. Now I'm going to look at the top 3, grab another 2k counter, and he actually gives us the 1k counter Perona, which I am very happy to see. He could have gotten a free block off of that Boa, but he chose not to do so. So 6k swing going into life, we're going to grab another 1k counter in the form of that 3-cost Katakuri, and this 6k swing, I doubt it will connect. He has 2 cards in hand, and there's just no way I go for game here. So I'm fine with that. I think I am going to be very safe here. So this is an 8k swing going into life. Now, if you're probably wondering why I played these characters on the following after this swing and just swung 8, you're going to understand a little in just a little bit why I did that. So 8k swing here. Actually, no, that was a bad idea. So he's going to give us 3 cards out of our hand. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 4-cost Utas. We're going to use the effect on one of them. We're going to pitch a film card, attach 1 Dawn to our character, and pass the turn. We have 2 4-cost blockers. We have the 7-cost, and we have our kid still active. Now, this board is very, very huge coming from Doffy player, but we're swinging 8k into the 8, give him 1k counter, 8 into 8, I give him another 2k counter, 8k into 8, once again, give him another 2k counter, and with 4 active Dawn, we're swinging 8 using the effect, play out a Weevil, pitch the card, block this character swing, and pass the turn. Another Doffy player only has 2 cards in hand, and now I have game. So 9k swing going into life, and this is a quick 14, and yeah, I end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel, this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP09 content coming out soon. See ya!